Hello, hello. Welcome to the Swoony Readers live show for Soul Searching by Lyla Sage. Let's start with our intros. Here's a thought. Initial thoughts and ratings, along with your intros. And let's kick it off.
Hi everyone, I'm KAYLANI from KAYLANI Simply Me on Instagram and YouTube. I really enjoyed this one. I'm giving it a 4-star. That's at least where I'm starting. I thought possibly 4.5, but then I was thinking about it last night and I was like, no, it's a solid 4, I feel. I could be convinced to go up, but for the most part, I had a great time. The sex scenes were great. That was my favorite part of the whole book, personally, in my opinion. And I liked the paranormal aspect. It was a good time.
Stunning. Hey, everybody. I'm Dana. You can find me on Instagram at Dana Ella Reads. I'm going to start with a 4. I debated on is it a 3.5 or is it a 4? I really liked it. I had moments though where I was just like, was I fully connected to the characters? I was questioning myself, but I'm going to go with the 4. I don't see that changing, but maybe. Who knows? We'll see. Probably not, but it'll probably stay 4.
Hi guys, I'm Karina. You can find me here and on Instagram at She Dreams in Words. I am also going to start with a 4 because I kind of was in the same vein because there was something that I thought was a little too convenient and a little strange, but I'm sure we'll get into that. But yeah, I don't know if I'll go higher than a 4.
Yeah, I don't foresee myself going higher. If I changed, I think it would be just a smidge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not like a whole star, but maybe like a half.
Well, little teenser,
A quarter. Who knows?
We love a good 7.5. We love a good 7.5.
Yeah. Because sometimes the 0.5 is not. It just doesn't feel right.
It just feels too low. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Corinne.
Hey.
Okay, I actually gave this one a 3. I liked it, but I just didn't feel fully invested. It is my lowest rating for Lyla. Wow. That's not bad, though.
No.
If it's a 3, that's pretty good, in my opinion. For Lyla, ooh. I think I did give her a 3 previously.
Now I'm like, let me go check.
But, it's okay. They all can't be 4 or 5s.
True.
I think I've given everything so far I've read from her a 4.
Okay.
Solid 4 across the board.
That's good.
But I've only read 3 of them. I haven't read more in that series.
2.
So.
Mm-hmm. You got some good ones to look forward to.
I gave, in the Rebel Blue Ranch, I gave book 1 and book 4 4 stars. Book 2 and 3 5 stars. Those ones had me.
What a great series.
Yeah.
Okay, so since we are talking about, I don't know how to talk. Let's talk about the characters. What did you think about the characters? Maybe the chemistry, the romance. Whatever you want to share.
I liked the characters. I wished that both of them had a little bit more layers to them. I feel like they were maybe a little surface level at times. I mean, they did go deep into the things that she, wanted to focus on, but I feel like other than upholstery and other than photography, none of them really had anything else, I mean, other than the ghost part, but that's a whole nother, that's the whole spooky aspect of it. So I feel like that's a different thing, but I feel like their personalities didn't have as much as I think I would have wanted from the 2 of them. Mm-hmm. But overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters. I think that they were fun. I liked some of their banter. I just feel like I liked watching them get into really interesting scenarios with these spooky places that kept taking him, and it was a fun time. I feel like I don't really have anything super negative to say about them, other than the fact that I just wish they had a little bit more. I just wanted a little bit more from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked them. I wasn't like in love with them. I agree with Kaylani. I think there was like really some like fun like banter moments and like some really good moments. And I think it's hard to like I found myself kind of like comparing them to other Lyla characters. And I feel like in other books, kind of like what Kaylani said, like I feel like her characters in other books are a little more layered, you know? But then I also like stop myself and say, like, this is the first in the series. So it's like, you know, in some of her other books, obviously, like we've been introduced to other characters and we've kind of been able to see, you know, and so it's like I'm trying to make myself think of like book one in Rebel Blue, like, and even in that book, I still feel like there was just more depth, I think, to the characters. So I think this one was like I enjoyed them, but I wasn't, I feel like, as invested just in them as people, as individuals, like alongside like their love story. If that if I'm connecting dots there, making sense.
Yeah, because I feel like you have to kind of connect with them to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You know, in order to care about the romance.
Mm-hmm.
At least that makes sense in my head.
Yeah.
Oh, Misty came. I was watching a movie and completely forgot about this. It's okay. I feel like it's a little bit earlier than we usually chat, so it's okay. Between a 3.5 and a 4, hopefully by the end of this, I will be able to narrow it down. We are honestly right there with you, Misty. For the characters, I like them. Like I thought Collins was unique compared to her other characters, where she's like kind of more of a not a rebel necessarily, but maybe like a dark horse, kind of a little more quirky in a sense. And for what's his name, Brady, he was very like kind of mysterious because he wasn't very forthcoming with any information about himself, or like it took forever for us to learn a little bit about him, which I feel like isn't usually or isn't the case that we've encountered for her previous books. So he was kind of like more of a mysterious element. So it's hard to connect with him.
Yeah.
At the same time. But I adored her parents.
Yeah.
Her parents were just so sweet. And Clark kind of being so upset at the mom was, I think, a little interesting.
Yeah. I understood that a little bit, I think, with just like for her, I think she was just like, you just sold my livelihood without saying any, like without telling me. So I guess I can somewhat understand that.
Yeah. I guess she was also obviously misled, right? With documentation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I can see.
Sorry, go ahead.
I can see, but at the same time, I was like, girl, take a breath.
Yeah. I think like it's like I can think of like, the family run businesses, like if I had been working there and I thought that like that was gonna be mine to take over, and then it's just like you signed anything, which obviously mom didn't know. Like she thought this was just a preliminary thing. So I get what you're saying, where it's like it sucks, but she didn't know what she was doing. Right. Like, but I loved Boone. I love that Boone was just like the old man on the mountain that Brady was scared of. I loved it.
He was fun. I don't remember him from the previous series. I don't know.
I just remember like mentions of him, I think. And here's one problem I will say, for this is me, not a book, not an author issue, solely right here in my own head, is that I started second guessing myself about like, am I remembering Rebel Blue? Am I mixing this up with
Chestnut or something?
Chestnut, yes. And then I was like, because I believe I remember mentions of Boone. like, you know, just kind of like, I think because he was the oldest one, so like it was always like thought that he would be in Meadowlark forever. So it's like I remember him, but I don't think we ever got like any in-depth like anything.
It was just like maybe a mention or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that you guys, it's like that you were talking about how like you think maybe you're mixing things up, because I just recently read a book where they had like, you know, the grumpy old man at the top of the mountain that didn't talk to anybody, that doesn't like anybody. And so like I kept having to tell myself, like, you are reading this book, not this book, you know? So I think that's interesting. I feel like it's like a lot of the same like beats of like a small town quirky, you know, scenario. I will say that like I know the second book is following the sister, but I didn't personally really care for her all that much. I feel like maybe we'll get more nuanced experiences about her, but I think she was the one that I felt the most like off-put by. Like I love the parents, I love that dynamic between them, and I think that maybe it was kind of like the whole point. But I also feel like maybe we didn't delve very far into like the relationship between people that are supposed to be like, you know, twins. They're supposed to have a really great connection. I just feel like it was kind of like glossed over. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think that's like one of my issues with it, is like I feel like there are too many things that just felt not talked about enough. And I think like, you know, for me personally, I liked Clark, but I do completely understand like what you're saying with it. And I think that's like the difference of just like, I feel like the writing style almost just feels like, I feel like she was putting out just, in a sense, like something that was, I don't want to say like formulaic, because like you said, it's like a lot of the same vibes of like small town cowboy-esque romances, which keep them coming, please, people, because I love them. Okay. So I have no notes on the fact of that. Like, I don't care. Y'all keep writing them. But it's, I think like without diving into the depths of characters, like that's what I think kind of gives that separation of, this is another small town romance, you know, like us against the big city, you know? So it's like, I think without maybe like really giving us more from some characters, I think makes it a little difficult.
For sure.
Yeah, I do agree. Says I'm the outlier, gave it a 2. I would love to hear more about that for sure. Corinne liked Collins and her ghostiness. Yeah, I thought that was a fun element. I thought she did that pretty well. I like the characters. They grew on me more once the romance started to pick up. That makes sense. And this was more of like a slow burn. Too.
But when it burned, it burned.
Flamin'. Boone was Missy's favorite. I love that.
I enjoyed him.
Yeah. Okay, I think the characters were just flat, like Colin says when she meets him, that he's boring, and I definitely felt that way about almost all of them. Okay. That's fair.
He was kind of a boring mailman character. And like I think I didn't realize like how long it took for us to learn more about him until you mentioned it, Karina. You were like, you know, it took us a long time to like learn about anything about him. And like, he didn't have a singular hobby other than his job, which was his job. Like,
he breathes and sleeps and eats upholstery, you know?
Yeah.
I also think too, and please let me know if y'all don't agree, but I also feel kind of like, even just like they were trying to create like this mystery about like why he was there, and like how, you know, obviously like his relationship. I don't know, even like when that like whole thing, like when he finally told her, I was like, okay, like it just, I don't know why, but it just like, I was like, I don't know. I think I don't know. I think I would have enjoyed like something. I think I would have enjoyed it more if it was something just so far-fetched. I'd have been like, thank God there's a reason you left everywhere from a place you don't know.
Yeah.
You left your whole life behind. Other than just like, I didn't even really love her, and I was just hoping it would spark. Okay, babes. Like, I don't know. It's just like I felt like there should have been more there. I was like, okay,
Yeah. I think
I
she was going through a midlife crisis or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
But
born
we didn't get that information. We just have to come to our own conclusions.
exactly.
I feel like it's really interesting sometimes, like when you go through seasons of reading and like how things feel very similar to other things.
Mhm.
But I got a lot of vibes from a previous author that we just finished reading, but it was from the books that I didn't enjoy as much. So like that like mystery, like why is he here situation like made
Yeah.
me feel a lot like a novel love story. Like, why was he here? And then it
Right.
was kind of like a little bit of a letdown. But then like the ghosty elements of it like gave me
Mm-hmm.
romantics. So it's like I feel like it's just interesting that you kind of like read things that feel very similar. But I just like the things that I didn't necessarily love about it were the things that I didn't love about those books.
Yeah. You said a novel love story, and I feel like my whole body I was like, ugh,
PTSD.
honestly. But yeah, I can see that.
I do think I like the house and the vibes more than the characters, if that makes sense. Yeah,
It does, yeah.
Valid.
very much understandable. Yeah, understand for sure. Okay, this is Missy's first book. That's
It's upwards from here.
Yeah, I
So
will
yeah.
agree with that. Yes. I also don't remember Boone from the other series, but loved him here. Yeah.
I really don't even know if they ever said Boone's name. I think it was more of just like Amos just mentioning that he had a brother that was older, that they thought would run the ranch. I really don't know if there's even, because I actually went to the Kindle copies of books 1 and 2 of Rebel Blue and typed in Boone, and Boone's name didn't pop up. So I think it was just a mention of like, I'm not an only sibling. And then that was that. Like, yeah.
No mention again.
Nah.
Did anyone else keep mixing up Clark and Collins? I did not.
I did not know.
I
But-
didn't, but mostly because I didn't like Clark Collins' name. It just kept. I'm like every time I would hear it, I'm like,
Yeah, their name origin. I mean, I
Mhm.
guess that was cute.
Yeah.
I
I thought it was cute that they came up with their own nicknames when they wanted a nickname so
Oh
bad.
yeah,
yeah, that was cute.
Yeah.
that was cute. Not to mention Jackie comes to town and nothing happens with that either. Oh, she lets you see the contracts and acts like she never came. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, that whole thing is the scene that I had issues with
Yeah.
as well.
I'm
I-
talking myself lower and lower on this rating.
No.
I feel like this whole book was a little anticlimactic, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't like a third act breakup, and I think that this book could have benefited from a third act
Like
breakup.
a little shake up.
And I love one.
Yeah,
I was missing it.
Yeah. I feel like honestly this book could have benefited for like an extra 50 to 100 pages to like really give us more like character depth and maybe a personality for somebody, And yeah, a little more drums in the last little bit.
We needs it.
Mm-hmm. And like I see, she's kind of setting it up for the next book.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's kind of leaves something to be desired, with this ending.
Yeah.
Misty loved the way things played out when Jackie showed up. Oh, okay. I love the difference here.
Yeah.
I just felt like because everything else was so lackluster, I wanted some drama. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that, actually. Oops. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. I get that. I read a lot of drama-filled books, so it was nice to read something with no major romance drama. That's fair. I can see that. Okay, since we're still talking about the characters, kind of. Who was your favorite ghostie? Did you have a favorite?
Ernest, I think his name was the one that like they've had forever. I had like he was a pet. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Ernest. The one that was, you know, he hung out with them all through like them growing up, and like,
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed him the most because you could tell the connection was so strong that he was able to finally like talk to her, even though it was like a little bit staticky, you know. But also like Ernest, you little I don't want to call you names, sir, but you was running around with a married woman.
Mm.
But okay, Ernest, like, you know,
Get you some.
I think he was my favorite just because like what a love and connection there had to be that he just like was with them and they wouldn't sell, you know, like whatever he was or whatever it was. I don't know, just like I just love that he was there with them.
Mm-hmm.
So he was my favorite.
I liked the old lady that was like stuck by her. I don't know. Her name.
Elga.
Is that
Yeah.
what yeah.
Yeah.
That
She
was
would
really
be my
cute.
second. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Corinne agrees. It wasn't super memorable to me. Not sure if I would ever think about it again, but enjoyed the ride. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, we got another Ernest fan. I love that.
My bad. He's not a dog. He's not a pet. He's his own self.
Mm-hmm. Just a little ghosty self. I don't think I had a favorite ghost. I just love the whole ghost aspect altogether. Yes.
Did you have a favorite one, Kaylani?
It was between Ernest and Elda. I think they were. I feel like they were the most prominent ghosts.
Mhm.
But I also liked the like spunky teenager that, or like
With the
maybe, like
gum?
mid-teen, yeah, that was chewing her gum and like winking at her, and she's just like, like I just
Yeah.
she didn't do much, but I really liked those little moments where it's like she was bringing a little like levity and snark in there,
Yeah.
even though she didn't say anything. You know, I like that one.
Mhm. Trying to be like a little matchmaker.
Yeah.
Speaking of, because I had something just pop in my mind. What were your favorite moments or scenes throughout the book? Kaylani, if you want to reiterate.
I do, in fact, have a favorite scene, and it does, in fact, live in my head rent free. And I don't know if it's safe to say it on this channel, but
the page, yeah,
Chapter
292.
292.
292.
That moment, I was shocked and appalled, and I said, "You want her? You what?"
And you know what? Boring Brady for that moment.
He said,
"You weren't boring, baby.
He was not boring.
With us.
So, but like, do you see what I mean? Like, I've seen that in dark romance. I have seen it in a dark romance a time and time again. But in a nice little fluffy paranormal romantic small town, and you said to do what, Tim? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as I read it, I was like, "This is exactly what she was talking about." I was like, "Got it." And I was like, I had to rewind that part, and I was like, "Say it one more time, Brady. Say it one more time."
Mm-hmm.
But other than the spicy scenes, because they were good, I really liked the scene in the dark room where like she was like going through and explaining like why she took the pictures. I think she had explained it previously, but like actually like him seeing the photos.
Yeah.
I really liked that moment. And then it ended abruptly with a head injury. I don't understand that one. But other than that,
Oh yeah.
I liked the moment in the dark room. That was cute.
Mm-hmm. The scene that popped in my head when we were talking about the little bubblegum girl is the towel. You know, he
yeah. I love that she was like, and he's like, and she's like, "Sorry," and I was like,
they're like crawling away.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the proposal, like that scene.
Yay!
Yeah. What a good scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to like look at my highlights to see if I.
Ooh, I did notate this also, but it was mentioned that this antique store closed at like 4 or something, but they'll keep the sign open if anyone wants to like come and eat with them. I thought that was so sweet. If you remember
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is going back to like this is random and has nothing to do with like a favorite scene or moment. But maybe it was because we had just read The Dead Romantics. But that scene where like the dad's going away on the 2-week trip and then he calls for the wallet, and I was like, oh please God,
Oh.
please.
Oh God.
I will
Yeah.
not survive this.
Mm-mm.
Sheesh.
But
That would have
thankfully
been
that did not happen.
some drama.
Truly.
Mhm.
Um, honestly, I think some of my favorite parts were just the mentions to Metal Arc and like Rebel Blues. I don't want to give like
Mhm.
any type of spoilers or hints or anything like that, but just I think I just like loved just like the little nods to
Mhm.
that established series. And it was like they were so fast. I don't feel like this is a spoiler, but this was like on the first couple pages. For the past 3 years, it had been covered up by a tarp in a storage unit in Metal Arc, about 2 hours south of Sweetwater Peak, which I got to by hitching a ride with a nice couple who were on my flight from Portland to Jackson. They were going to some guest ranch in the area for a week, and I just love those little like nods to other things. But I also enjoyed the little Twilight reference, the holes
Oh my gosh,
reference.
yeah.
I was like,
That was fun.
stunning, yeah.
Mhm. Oh, also, we haven't mentioned this, but the scene where he actually goes to Boone's mountain house to like fix his
Yes.
roof,
Yeah.
and he's like, "What else do we have to do?" Like he was
Mhm.
just so
Yeah.
willing to help out because he knew Collins wouldn't ask him to do that. So
Yes.
like that was nice to see him like step up and be like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
without
Another
having to be told, you know.
yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Another favorite scene, and you just triggered the memory there. And it involves Boone, but how what was her mom's name? Joni.
Joni, yeah.
Joni. Okay. Where it was like Joni just didn't really have like family, you know, and so like she kind of clung to Boone, but like he just was not openly like receptive, and but she was just like, no, you're gonna love me,
Yeah.
okay. And how it's like she had no idea that he even actually cared about her until he found out that she was in labor and he showed up at the hospital. I don't know, I
That
love
was
that because I was like, he's
Mhm.
just such a cantankerous like old man,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
he was just like, yeah, y'all are my family now, you're stuck
Mhm.
with me. And how the only people he really showed a soft spot to were like Joni and her
Girl.
2 girls.
Mhm. Even just him like spawning, like paying for the items when she couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
now get out the way. Like that
Yeah.
Yes.
was just so funny. And so
It
cute.
makes me think a little bit of who's the oldest in Metal Arc? It's not Gus. Is it Gus? It's Gus.
Yeah.
But just like a little bit of a grump, but a good heart, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like,
But
Boone, is that
and
you?
loves animals, you know?
Oh, the animals were
Those
so cute.
names.
Yes.
The pig's name is Pig.
He said Philip Screwdriver, but I just called him Phil. What? But I did like how Brady, like when he went to Boone's farm, how they kind of bonded over like Lord of the Rings. I don't know if there's any other Lord of the Rings fans out there, but I thought that was so cute.
I feel
And
like
how,
another scene. Oh, sorry.
sorry. It's just tying back to like how he mentioned that Amos, he has different shades of blue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that at all, but I thought that was just so cute
Yeah.
that he kind of carried that into like his adulthood, golden years. I don't know what to call it.
I feel like there's a scene that like I feel like there was very few scenes that made me laugh, but I really liked the waterbed scene.
Oh my gosh, that made me crack up.
She was like, "Close your eyes. I have a secret," and she just rolled right off. He's like, "Did you roll off?" And she goes, "Yeah."
Yeah, that was funny. That was a good one. Oh, we have Kay here. Hi, Kay. Just coming in to lurk. We love it. Also, remember remember to hydrate or mummify, feed thyself, check the laundry, take your meds, stretch, Also, make sure you hocus pocus the like button, sub, and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We can wait on laundry. Yeah, just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Definitely the spice. That's where the 2 stars comes from. 1 star for each scene. Yeah, that first one. I was like, oh, took me by surprise. I love that first scene with the lady in white when they went to the river. Oh my, that was kind of creepy.
That was creepy.
Yeah. That was creepy. I honestly thought.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I honestly thought he was messing with her when he was like, I can't move. I can't move.
When Collins was like, you can't have him, he's mine, all that went through my head was that TikTok, scram! He doesn't want you like that. Get out of here. Like, that's all I thought. Sorry.
The spice was spicing, for sure.
They were good spicy scenes.
They were.
Mm-hmm. I also love the moment when they found out he came to town because of her pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cute.
That was really cute. Yes, I was not expecting that either. It made him not boring. Truly. Because where was that? He was hiding.
I feel like that's one of those scenes I'm going to think about to my dying day. Like, I'm going to be on my deathbed and be like, remember that one time?
It was great. Memorable. That towel scene had me laughing out loud. Yeah. It was just. I felt like that kind of brought them a little bit closer together. Like they were able to kind of drop their guards a little bit as well. I did also really enjoy the antique store and background of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just love that she was arguing with the ghost, saying, you can't have him. He's mine. Trust me, you don't want him.
Dang.
Oh my gosh. There was something that Brady said that made me laugh. So I'm gonna try and find it.
Oh, I remember the moment I laughed. Remember, Karina, I was telling you that I couldn't remember what it was?
Yeah.
It was when she was like walking through her bedroom and he's like, how do you even find things? And I was like, this is me. This is literally me.
Oh, that's funny.
He was shocked.
The trampoline scene.
Oh.
That was a good
That's a
one
good one.
too. I just like it made me giddy because it's like, you know, when you're like fresh in a relationship and you're just like macking on each other all the time.
And then it started raining, right? It was like it was sunny out there because they came out for the sun and then it started
And then he was covering her with his body.
Ugh.
That just, you know, those little things that get to me. I don't remember what scene this is, but basically she was telling him that he's goofier than she thought he would be when they first met. And he's like, sorry I wasn't carefree when you maced me.
Yes. Yes. That was good.
That made me chuckle.
Yeah. Because it's like, you know what? Valid. Valid, sir. You win that round.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, do we have any quotes? We know Kaylani's favorite.
I'm going to get that tattooed on my soul. I'm not even kidding you.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, okay, I have one. I don't remember. Let me see. Oh. I don't know if this is a spicy scene. A spicy scene? Actually, it is because it is on 2:30. I think it's like a little bit after. But basically, it says, when he looked over at me, his eyes were soft. I felt safe in them.
Aww.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
You would have expected that after a spice, but I like that. Oh, he said, you're so good that I forgot to breathe.
Yep.
Stand out for me personally. Yeah, he did have like some goofy moments. I think when there was like when she was crying he was like, "Do you want me to cry too?" You know, to like even level the playing field. So he did have like a few things, but maybe I wish we got more sooner. You know, because maybe that could have allowed us to really connect with him as a character.
Yeah.
Did you find one?
No, I think it was another one that made me laugh, but it was like when because we read a lot of books in the last couple of days. Okay, my brain's a little foggy, but they played Life, right?
Yes,
But it was like the moment when she was like maybe talking to her mom or something, and she was like, nothing, we went to sleep, it was boring, and he was like, dang, like I had twins.
Yeah. And she made a funny comment. Like she said, "I feel for you" or something like that.
Yeah, the mom's response was just funny.
Do you have any, Dana?
Not okay. I mean, I feel like honestly, like most of the things that I highlighted, and I feel like a broken record, so I'm annoying myself, so I do apologize. It's like the tie-ins to the other series. So it's like I don't want to, like I guess really like talk about those, but I did. There's like, it's not a quote, but like the little scene where she opened the passenger door, but I reached over her shoulder and pushed it shut before grabbing the handle myself and pulling the door open. Like, not a quote that they said, but I was just like, yeah, boring Brady. She doesn't open the doors. You do that for her. I like that.
I did like that.
Yeah. And I also thought it was funny when she said, my presidential platform would be more makeouts everywhere, in books, movies, real life, literally everywhere. And I just made me laugh with that quote because I just recently saw a TikTok where somebody was just like, she was like, why aren't we making out anymore? She was like, why are people doing that? She was like, let's bring it back. She was like, what a great time, And then it's like reading that, I was just like, that's hilarious. It's just like the timing of it, like when you see something and then you're just like, wow, it's in my books. Yeah.
What I did take from this book, though, is apparently I need to try out the Jiffy Blueberry muffin mix and turn it into pancakes.
With cherry syrup.
You lost me on the cherry syrup, but I will try the pancakes.
Yeah. So not got it.
I want to try the her little peanut butter sandwich thing with the little mini M&Ms.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay, also she had like where she was talking, I don't know what Brady did, but Brady did something. And she said, talk about a sleeper build. Now I knew for sure that his arms were only a part of a very robust package. And I literally just saw a TikTok of like people talking about like sleeper builds and how I was just like, I said, wow, I said, that really is insane. Where that's just hiding. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the same thing about his? He was saying that he needed to do a core workout, and then she got his shirt off, and he was like, never mind.
Yeah. Okay, there's this one other one because it paints Brady in like a good light, I think. But during a little scene, he said, "You pack light. I don't want to ruin anything."
That was very cute.
I was like, okay, I like that. Okay. I have to run, but I will watch back later. Thank you all for hosting oh my gosh, all the things this month. It's always so much fun. KAYLANI, we are excited for baby Swoony.
Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out, Corinne. We hope you have a good night.
Yes.
And we are also excited for another Swoony baby.
Yeah, well, at this point, I got to keep him in for 5 more days.
Nope.
The strike has begun.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Thoughts and prayers. As usual, I don't have any quotes. Plus, I was listening to the audiobooks, so I couldn't keep track of them. Understandable, yeah. That sandwich grossed me out. That's funny. I'm very curious. I like to try things.
I'm a texture person. I don't think I would like the texture of chewing into the M&M. Like, I'm one of those people, like, if I eat ice cream, like, I like vanilla because I don't like to eat anything in my ice cream. I don't like to chew on anything in my ice cream. Or if I go to, like, frozen yogurt, I don't put toppings because I don't like the idea of chewing on something cold. So, like, that, for me, like, I like the idea of it until I realize I have to chew on the M&Ms when everything else is supposed to be soft,
Yeah, I can see that. Ooh, okay. I know we kind of talked about it, but if you want to expand, how did you feel about the paranormal element? Did it add anything to the story?
I did like it. Like, I think it was like really nice to have like just such a seasonal like read, you know. But I do feel like that was almost like a plot device for her to not dive into characters. Like, that was just like, wow, look at this
Mhm.
thing to focus on. So it's like, because I really am trying to figure out like why it seems so different with like not being able to connect with characters when I know like I enjoy her writing so much. And that's the only thing I can think of is that she like focused on that so much that it was just like Brady trying to help Collins get in touch with, you know, whatever she was missing. So it's like,
Yeah.
but I liked it because it was so fun. Like, it was such a fun aspect in the book. But
Mhm.
I would love to see, obviously, you know, Clark also has a gift. And so as we continue, like, personally, you know, want to continue reading, like, you know, in the series. But um I hope that she doesn't let like these, you know, fun elements added in take away from like, you know, what we enjoy as a reader, being able to connect. For me, you know, like, I'm much more of a character driven reader, you know, so it's like
Mhm.
I want to be able to not lose out on that to have like such a fun thing. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a cool thing to add in.
Mhm.
I feel like especially when like we read quite a bit of small town romances, like it can feel monotonous, like when you read the same thing back to back to back. So I feel like this gave a little extra something that you don't always get. Like it's just a little like pizzazz. But
Yeah.
I think the thing that I found the most frustrating about the ghost element is kind of like the way I felt about the characters. I feel like it wasn't properly fleshed out. Like even though she relied on it so much to bring like an extra point to the story, like I feel
Mhm.
like we never truly understood like I mean, yes, I understood the block, but I feel like it wasn't delved deeper into like why she really truly had that block and the the conversations that she should have been having around it, especially with somebody that, you know, is so close to her and shares the same ability. Like she talked to her sister, she's like, "So sorry that that happened to you because I know it really means a lot to you." And then she never talked to her sister about it again. And it's like
Hmm.
Mhm.
I feel like there could have been more. Like we could have been I don't know. I just feel like maybe there was something a little bit missing in the ghosty storytelling aspect. But I liked that it was there. It brought something extra. It
Yeah.
made it feel a little bit more individual than some of the other small town romances that I read.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, Missy doesn't like M&Ms. That's why. Makes sense. I like the paranormal element. I feel like that and the romance were the best parts of the book. Okay, love that. I enjoyed it. I definitely felt like I wanted more of it because she was struggling with her gift. So I felt like there wasn't enough. Yeah, I agree. Because that's like one of the reasons she came back to town,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Sam agrees with you. Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
It's okay. I love the paranormal element. It was fun.
It really was.
Feel free to share your rating if you want. Maybe some favorite scenes. You know, if you want to let us know.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention the one thing I had a issue with was
Hmm.
the whole Jackie thing. I feel like her dad or finding his left like the magazine or whatever like that is just was so far fetched and
Yeah.
so strange
Yeah.
to for that to be the reason
Mhm.
his family or he decided to go after
Mhm.
what's this called?
Sweetwater.
Yeah.
I also didn't like that
Mhm.
she was like, you know, it went from, oh, I did this to you. And then Collins was like, oh my gosh, I did this to me. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
It cracked
It's
me
like,
up when he was like, "Don't act like you care." She's like, "I don't." I'm like, "That's a period, babe."
Oh, another scene that I really enjoyed was when she took him to. There was like they were standing on some rock, and
water.
they were looking at like the
Yeah.
water. I can just like see it in my head. I thought that was fun. Okay, Nikki gave it a 4.5. Love that.
That's good rating.
It's amazing. Okay, I think we have all the questions. So, after this discussion, has your rating changed?
I really. Oh, sorry, Dana. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I really thought I was gonna go up, but I think I'm going down.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go down to a 3.5. I just think there's so many things that I think this happens a lot when I read a book really quickly. Sometimes it's easier for me to not think about the things that disappoint me,
Hmm.
But when we talk about it like this, it's like, wow, there were a lot more things that I wish that I got out of the story that I didn't. That I feel like I'm leaving the experience like lacking something. And granted, there were things that I really enjoyed and things that I will forever think about, but I just don't think that it was as strong of a story. I feel like it definitely fits her vibes. She writes very fast-paced, fun stories. And this was fast-paced and it was fun. I just don't think that it hit all of the same beats as I think I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I'm gonna go to a 3. I like Kaylani said, there were some really great like moments in it that like the spice was spicing. There were some, some like humorous moments, and I, like we just said, like I really enjoyed like the paranormal part of it. There were parts that just really felt like missing a little bit in there. I just didn't have as much of a connection to them as I, want usually, in a book I read. So it was solid. Like I think it was like a fun time. Like I'm not upset I read it, I'm excited to continue, but it was, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the 3. If it changes on Goodreads, don't pretend y'all didn't see it. If I think about it.
Understandable. For my rating, I'm still on the fence about it being a 3.5 or 4. So I might have to sit on it for a bit longer.
Yeah, it's valid.
Yeah, I might go down to 3.5. I mean, I haven't rated it, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see on what Goodreads says later.
Yeah. But it was very enjoyable. I don't like a 3 is not bad. A 3 is not bad, but it's like sometimes I feel like I gotta defend a 3.
Yeah.
But it's like it really had so many good like moments, but I think like it just didn't have a strong string to me to like connect all of those together.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those things, especially too if you've read other books by an author. It's like when you put their bibliography together. Right? What do you call it when they have a collection of work? A bibliography. When you put their collection of work together.
Work.
Yeah, that. When you put it all together, I feel like this one is not the standout. It's like it was good, it was fun, but I don't think it was the standout of her work.
Yeah,
that's fair. Like you said, the pepper spray scene lives rent free. That was an iconic first meeting.
Yeah. I love that. That's just what she's known for. Like you're just pepper spraying people.
Yeah, ask questions later.
Yeah,
like I thought you changed. I didn't. Yeah.
I mean, that's a valid response, though. Imagine looking through your window and seeing this man that you don't know. Like, pepper spray him.
Yeah.
Her instincts. Yeah. She's got survival instincts,
Both at the times, to be honest. You're not wrong.
Valid.
Yeah.
I still don't know if I'm giving it a 3.5 or a 4. Hopefully, writing my review will help me decide. Yeah. That checks out in my head. Her series definitely still stands out more. Yeah. I am curious to see if she's able to, in the next book, kind of give her characters a little more depth that we wanted, from this one. but maybe I shouldn't put my expectations
I feel you.
too
Yeah.
high, you know?
Yeah.
These could be just a silly, goofy, quick little read where you don't have to think too much,
Yeah.
but just enjoy the ride.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Silly goofy was literally what I was like about to say, because
Yeah.
that's so valid though, because it's like you don't want to set yourself up for the L on like book 2 when maybe this is really just the vibes, and like she's just writing a little companion series to another series, just to
Yeah.
keep it in the universe, but make it just like fun, like unconventional,
Mhm.
stories.
Yeah. I did like the ghosty element, and because it reminded me of, the Dead Romantics, which I love. And it's hard to compare, it's hard not to compare
Yes.
sometimes.
Yeah.
When it has like similar aspects, I think.
Mhm.
And
And
especially-
reading them so close together.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, honestly.
I also, I just remembered something that doesn't have anything to do with that, but I just remembered that I really liked the idea that their mom was like sensitive to ghosts, and then she's like said something about like never bringing in an item to the antique store that like had
Yeah.
like negative like vibes, or like still had something like attached to it, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Mhm. That made me think of really liking how she used the term anchor for the spirits, and like like instead of like them necessarily having unfinished business,
Yeah.
they just have like anchors that keep them, on this side of things, the veil. I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool.
It made it seem like their stories weren't as somber. Like the ghosts had more
Right.
like joy about them, where I feel like a lot of ghost stories
Mhm.
are like they need to fix this before they can pass on,
Right.
Yeah,
Like they were,
business.
yeah, like they're choosing to
Yeah.
stay. Yeah. Okay. And of course, we always have to ask this at the end of our live shows. Did you swoon?
I had like swoony moments, like, but I don't think I didn't full blown swoon.
I feel like there's a difference between swooning and enjoying the sexual aspects of it, because like that I really enjoyed. There were hot moments where I was like, okay, that's cool. But like swooning, I feel like that's like more like in your heart and your soul. And I just feel like these characters didn't have enough depth for me to be like, that was swoony.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe just like a swoo. Yeah?
A swan.
Yeah, like that.
I would agree. Like he definitely, there were moments where I was like, oh, okay, Brady. But I think, like you said, you really have to connect to the romance and the characters in general. At least for me personally, to like swoon. Like this didn't really have me like kicking my feet. But the spice, did have me fanning myself a little bit. Laughed at Misty. Nope. Negative. Nick said not as much as I usually would, but I didn't not like the couple.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah.
It just feels very neutral.
Yeah. Like I'm really hoping, Clark and Laith is who I'm assuming.
Yes.
Her love interest is. I hope they can, pull me in.
Swoons. Yeah.
Yeah. Bring the swoons, Laith, okay?
Please.
This is going to be really strange, because I know this is a paranormal book. I know it. But something about her haircut and his haircut give werewolf. And I feel like
It's the moon in the back, too, I think.
I feel like it maybe should have been a werewolf book. It's the long, shaggy hair for me.
That just really, I wasn't expecting that.
He's got
this new moon, I don't know.
Oh man.
No.
No. Man. All right. Well, this was a nice little discussion. You know, not necessarily an absolute win, but we didn't hate it. So I think that's
Yes.
a good notch in my book.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't know yet, we are going to be reading If It Makes You Happy next month by Julie Olivia. This is the indie version.
Mm-hmm.
Kaylani is grabbing the traditional. There we go.
Oh, yeah. I got the indie.
There
Oh,
we go.
wow.
So we are going to be giving away to one lucky reader in the chat a copy of this one. So hopefully you can join us for our read of If It Makes You Happy next month. We are going to be on Kaylani's channel, but you'll get all the information on our Instagram, which is linked down below, of course.
I have
I'm
everyone,
really
and I'm just making sure I don't forget anybody.
okay. Very excited for this one. I'm excited. I hope it gives the like 90s nostalgia,
Mhm.
you know, that it's promising.
Yeah. It's giving like Uncle Jesse and Aunt Becky from Full House, you know?
Oh,
Yes.
cute.
I was obsessed with them back in the day.
Yeah, this will be good.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Alrighty. Are we ready?
Yes.
It's Corinne.
Yay! I know she had to step away, so we'll reach out to her. But congrats, Corinne.
Yes.
So excited for next month. And, you know, as always, our amazing co hosts are linked down below, and our Discord and Instagram. So you can stay up to date on all things for November. I'm very excited for that. Yes, we have some congratulations. Oh, so cute. Yay. All right. Is there anything else?
No, just thank you guys for being here, hanging out with us, you know, this past week for sure. And yeah, thank you, Karina, for hosting.
Of course.
Yes, thank you all. We all appreciate you guys so much, and hopefully next month will be our full Swoony win. We all swoon.
Yeah. Holding out hope.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And like Misty said, I hope you all have a great night. And we'll be seeing you guys very soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.